haru kimchi. Do it yourself making kimchi.
Okay.
And
What does haru mean?
haru is today. Day.
Oh, today's so fresh kimchi. kind
Yes,
of.
you
Okay.
eat at dinner is best taste.
So there was basically two things that I learned from the kimchi museum that I visited in Seoul. The first one was how to make this 8-hour kimchi. Super quick, super delicious, and you can make it in the morning and then have it by the time you eat dinner. And then the second thing was that basically this class was made for kids, of which I had no problems being the only adult in. So the trick to making really pretty cabbage kimchi is when you cut the leaves, you only cut them at the root and you pull it apart. And that way the leaves remain whole without the cutting marks from the knives. And I'm just gonna quarter this guy before getting it really salty. So I'm taking 1 cup of ever so slightly warm water and then putting in a 1/4 cup of sea salt in it. And you just want to make sure that it's all nice and dissolved before putting in your cabbage quarters. Now, just like normal cabbage kimchi, you want to make sure that the salt goes in between each layer of the cabbage. So you do kind of want to massage it in between and then leave it to wilt down for around 45 minutes. Meanwhile, we are going to prepare the flavoring agents that we're going to stuff in between each leaf. So I have 3 to 4 stalks of spring onions, and I'm just going to cut them into smaller pieces. And then around 3 cloves of garlic that I'm just going to smash up and mince. There's going to be some carrots in here, pear puree, some Korean pepper flakes. Recipe is all going to be down below. So the final ingredient is going to be this salty Korean soybean paste. Usually most types of kimchis will have like a shrimp puree or some kind of seafood in it to give it that extra flavor and a little bit of salt as well. And the soybean paste does this really well. So I'm just gonna mix that together. That was my pear puree. In go a 1/4 cup of shredded carrots. And yeah, just mix that together and you're good to go. So after 40 minutes, you can see how much water has released from that cabbage and how wilted they've all got. So at this point, it is super salty, and you want to rinse all of this under cold water for just about 1 to 2 minutes or so. Make sure to wash all of the salt off because the paste that we're gonna put on is gonna be quite salty as well. So just like normal cabbage kimchi, you want to rub some of the filling between each layer so that everything gets salted, everything gets seasoned. Because this is a fresh type of kimchi, the flavor is obviously not going to have time to ferment, so it's not going to be as tangy as your typical kimchi cabbage is, but it's more of like a savory, kind of spicy, all of the flavors that you've put in, which is quite nice as well. And if y'all can't finish it day of, just stick it into the refrigerator. I've done that before, and it kind of does its own kimchi fermenting afterwards. Just, have it within a month or so. So that is it for me. Mix this kimchi with rice, mix it with salads. I do that all the time as well. It'll just add a nice kick to whatever you add it to. As usual, if you want to see more recipes like this, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys all again soon. Bye!